Hello, Marietta back with another video. Y'all tell me something. I don't know if it's just me or maybe somebody can help me with this. Why is it that we're going through financially, people are broke, people losing their jobs, a lot of things are happening, but yet the credit card companies are always trying to get you to go more into debt, take out their credit cards. They constantly keep sending you these big old checks in the mail saying you qualify for this amount of credit, this, that, and the other thing. Who wants to go into debt in the midst of a recession? Why are they targeting certain people to try to get you to take out loans when they already know that people are losing their jobs? They already know the economy's bad. They already know, but they see it's always people trying to do what they can do to lace their pockets, could care less what you going through about your pocket. The American people are broke. We are broke. The American people are broke. Some of you might say, nah, you broke. I'm not broke. You may not be broke, but the majority is broke. The majority do not want to open no new lines of credit. And if so they do, they're not going to be able to pay that debt back. They already know they're not going to be able to pay that debt back. I hear so many people saying, even to this day, that they want to just go run up a whole bunch of credit card debt and just leave the state. Just leave the state. I really believe that banks were setting themselves up for failure if they constantly keep pushing lines of credit on people when people are suffering. Because see, if you dangle a bone in front of a starving dog, they're going to take that bone and you may not never see that money again. You may not never see that bone again. So they may take that money and cash in on it and leave this state and go try to live a life somewhere else. But credit card debt is at an all-time high. People are broke. People are constantly trying to figure out a way to get out of debt. But yet and still, you got these sharks that are targeting certain groups of people, trying to get you to buy into this, take out loans for this, take out loans for this, finance that. Let's go into credit this. And then they want you to do the buy here, pay here, buy here. What? People are actually out here buying here, pay here in groceries because they can't afford to eat, and you want to give them a line of credit. Well, instead, why not just give them the money? Why not just give it to them and tell them they can have it? Because there's no way after you give them these $10,000, $15,000 loans are they going to be able to pay these loans back. There's no way you can make any money off of giving somebody a credit card that they can't afford to pay back, especially when you constantly. Let me tell y'all a story. There was one time I remember a young man I know, they had gave him this credit card, and I think they gave him maybe like I think it was like maybe like a $10,000 limit, and he was only 20 years old, maybe 19. So of course he's gonna take it because you gave it to him. Spend it all up, had no clue of how he was going to pay it back. He qualified for it because he didn't have no credit. I mean, a lot of times they need to evaluate who they're giving their money to, especially if you're going to fight about or cry about or try to take them to court about getting this money back. When you give a child, to me, that's still a child, 20-year-old, they ain't got their whole brain sets together yet, but they know money. A monkey will take $1 and he got in their pocket to put it in. But if you're going to constantly keep giving these young people bank loans, you're going to give them credit cards, and you know as well as I know they're not responsible enough to say that they can pay these credit cards back. Now, I'm not saying all of them because you got some responsible ones out there. I do know that. But the majority of them, this is money for them to play with, as far as I'm concerned, because you gave it to them and you know that they're not established. You know they don't have no job like that. You know they've not been on their jobs long enough to be able to pay back no $10, $15, $20,000 loans. I mean, they're having a hard time paying back student loans that they get for school. So how you think you're going to give them a personal loan and think that they're going to be able to afford to pay that money back? Some grown people can't afford to pay that kind of money back. But right now, in the midst of a recession, what we're going through right now, I don't think it's wise. Y'all type in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Do you really believe that these banks want to help people at this time, or you think they're trying to push these loans out on people because they know they can put you in debt, because they know that they can take you to court to get these loans, they can actually seize your assets, things of that nature? Do you think that we're, as American people, already broke, are being set up to try to look at this like this is a way to get you out of trouble? This is a way to get you out of debt. This is the way to get you that car. This is the way to get you that refrigerator full, to get you some food and get you some clothing. Use these loans to buy anything you want, they say. They've been trying to do this to me for Lord knows how long. I constantly keep getting them in the mail. And you're typing in the comments if you're getting these in the mail, if you're getting credit slips in the mail trying to get you to take out more lines of credit. If you're getting these blank checks in the mail that's saying that you can sign these checks and put them in your bank. And once you put them in your bank, then all of a sudden now you done borrowed their money. And look at the high interest rates that you got on this money, 24%, 28%, 26%. I mean, they really are really trying to cash in on you in this season, even though we down. It's almost like kicking a dog when they're down. We already down. We already done threw our hands up. We got nothing left to give. We ain't got nothing to offer you. We're out now, busted, completely broke, robbing Peter to pay Paul, going through it, waking up, not knowing how you're gonna pay your bills, how you gonna, where you gonna get your next meal coming from, car payments, sky high, cars being repossessed, mortgage payments sky high, steady going up, taxes steady going up, and here they want to give you these loans, and you take out these loans and you think you're going to consolidate something or use this one to pay that one. Now this one over here, you may have cleared that debt over here, and now this debt over here is staring you in the face, and you default on that debt, and you miss 2 or 3 payments. Now what have you done? You're in the same situation you was in from the start. I really believe that they see us coming, and they really see this coming down the road, where now they can say, well, we can cash in on these situations because we got them backed up in a corner now. We're backed up in a corner where you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your car note, you can't buy no food, you can't sleep outdoors, you just can't. But this is what you can do. This is what you can do to help. This is what you can do to buy yourself some time. This is what you could do to try to figure, while you try to figure it out. But what if you don't figure it out? How is that buying you some time? Now they want their money. Now you got a bigger problem. I really believe that right now credit card debt is not the way to go. I know a lot of people may say this is what we have to do to eat, this, that, and other thing. I understand, because trust and believe. I know, because I have some credit cards that I wanted to use to go get something to eat. I want to use to go burn them up. But yet and still I'm trying to make do and use them as a last resort. If I have to use it as a last resort, then that's what I would do. And so I clearly, truly do understand, but I just can't understand, why are they pushing this? Why are they pushing this on us at this time? Why are these credit cards being pushed on people? Y'all type in the comments. Maybe my mailbox is just the only one that's being flooded with offers to go get lump sums of money and this, that, and other thing, and you've been pre-qualified, and to tell you that all you gotta do is dial these codes. You put these codes in, and you automatically are approved for this amount of money or that amount of money. I mean, I don't know what they plan to do to us next. How far do they want us buried? How far do they want us to be in debt? How stressed out do they really want the American people to be? I mean, there's no way in the world you can tell me that this is going to help the economy in no way, shape, or form for everybody to run out there and start using credit cards or start taking out credit card loans. Or how is that going to help the economy? Because that's just debt. That's going to help the bank. But then again, is it going to really help the bank? Because how are you going to plan on paying this back? How do you plan to pay it back? Or do you not plan to pay it back? I seen somewhere where somebody say, if you're over 60, don't pay back no bills. Don't pay nobody nothing, because you don't know how long you're going to be here to even worry about that. And that's sad, because, I mean, who is thinking about checking out of here at 60 years old? I think that's entirely too young. But you got some people say they would run up a tab on their way out of here and could care less. I mean, it's just terrible. It's just terrible to even have to think that at this time in our lives where we got to sit up. I mean, I'm 66 years old, and I don't think that. I'm not ready to jump in no casket and pull the dirt over my head. I want to live as long as God wants me to live. And then when he says it's time for me to go, when he says my time is up, and that man upstairs called me home, then I'm going home. But the point of it is why are we being targeted? Why are our elderly, or is it just the elderly? Or have you been targeted too? If you are younger and you're not elderly, have they been sending you papers in the mail trying to get you to borrow money or trying to get you to take out different lines of credit? Because this is exactly what I'm hearing today. And I even heard that so much credit was spent even over the Black Friday holiday. That's how they were able to push their numbers, because of credit. Credit debt. Buy here, pay here. Buy here, pay here. You know to believe you're going to buy here and you're going to pay here, because the debt that you're going to have to pay is going to be a lot higher than with the things that you have bought. So therefore, when you start thinking that even going to buy here, pay here loans, when you were getting cars, buy here, pay here loans, there's no difference than you going to these places where you go and you get part of your paycheck before your paycheck even gets here, like putting a horse before the cart. Anybody can get in your pocket, no matter what they can do. They ain't gonna put nothing in your pocket, but gonna do everything they possibly can to take something out your pocket. You know, you always got them people even around you sometime that always got something they want to sell you, but they ain't never got nothing to give you. It's always you be giving, and you be giving from the heart, and you constantly want to see people thrive and see people make it, and you want to see them prosper, and you always got something to give somebody. But when it comes down to you, somebody's always trying to get something out of your pocket, but they ain't never put nothing in your pocket. And you know, I mean, think about that. I know any of y'all got friends like that. If you got friends out there like that, just type it on down in the comments, because I'll be thinking about that sometimes. But as I was sitting here, I just got to thinking, you know, thank God when I walked to the mail just a little while ago, there was nothing in the mailbox. But I got to thinking, I was surprised because that's what I expected to see. More loans. And I got more loan applications. And I got to thinking, maybe I'll do a live about this. I mean, a video about this. And maybe I can find out if it's just my mailbox is getting flooded with this type of foolishness that you put in the trash. Because that's all it is trash. I tear them up and put them right in the trash. Because I am not going to take out nobody's loan for no daggone 24% interest rates and all these high interest rates that they got. I don't need it. I do not need it. That is outrageous. Too crazy. Too crazy. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. And I don't know why they even feel like they should be doing that at this season. In this season when everybody's, you know, going through and people are having financial trouble and people are actually, you know, at their weakest point. And maybe that might be why they're doing it, because they know they got people at their weakest point. So they figure they can get y'all to take out all these loans. So y'all be careful. If you're getting this coming to your mailbox, even though it looks good, even though you might see it as a way out, you might see it as an opportunity to get ahead, but it's only going to be for a short time. When you read the fine print and read the small print, make sure you read this fine print of what it's saying about how you are to pay this money back and how much interest rate is going to kick in when you don't pay it back at that certain amount of time. And then that's when your phone will start ringing off the hook and you can't sleep at night, and it begins to stress you out, and they begin to bear down on you to a point where now you're over the edge and you're over your head, and now they don't even care because they're going to dog you until they get their money back up out of you. So it's just a trap. It's another trap. It's a trap. It's a trap, y'all. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for these companies trying to give you money that you know you can't afford, and you know you can't afford to pay it back, and you can't afford that monthly fee that's going to dog you and drain you for months and months and months out of your life, to the point where you can't buy nothing else, and all you'll be doing is stuck to that one bill forever and a day. So don't do it. Don't allow them to put you in a position where they force you to borrow money that you don't need. So credit debt is really outrageous right now. Credit debt is on an all-time high. People are using them credit cards. And you remember that, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was a little cartoon. They say, "Swiper, don't swipe it. Swiper, don't swipe it." So don't swipe it. Don't swipe it. Don't swipe it, because if you do, it's going to cost you. Swiper, don't swipe it. Resist the temptation of swiping those cards and put them cards away somewhere. We get ready to go into 2026. 2026. We get ready to go into 2026, and you don't want to go into 2026 completely burnt out, stressed out, worn out, and not knowing how you're going to get out of this debt, or how you're going to get out from under this debt, because the debt can start to be like an avalanche on your head after a while, especially when they come calling you 24/7, all hours of the night. Your phone rings, you're afraid to answer the phone. Now you're hiding from the very people that you was excited about going and get the money from. Remember that smile that you had when you go sign an application trying to get that money, and the excitement, and the people that are around you once you get that money. You got a lot of friends when you got a lump sum of money. They'll ride with you then. They'll hang out with you then. They'll go eat them crab legs with you then. They'll do anything you want to do as long as you got that lump sum of money flowing. But the minute you say you done spent that last dollar and you broke, they're going to wean themselves away from you, and you're going to be sitting there by yourself, because now the bill is yours. Now you got to pay that debt back. Now that's another credit hit on your credit score. Now your credit score going down, and you got to catch that all by yourself, which could take years. Could take years. Some people are still paying back credit card debt that they did last year. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying some of us are still paying back credit card debt from last year. I can knock on wood and say I'm getting mine under control. Mine is about under control. Thank you, Jesus. But let me tell y'all something. When you learn, and when you know better, you do better. That's all it is. When you learn, and when you know better, you do better. But if you try your best to try to hold on to a lifestyle and you're already using credit to do it, the lifestyle is over. It's already over. trust and believe it's already over. If you're using credit to hold on to a lifestyle and you're using credit cards to fund that lifestyle, whether it's clothing, whether it's to go out to eat or just to showboat, to show people that you got some money, that you can do some things that they can't do, and you got to be at every happy hour there is, and you buying all the chicken wings for everybody, and you doing all this with a credit card that you know is spending money that you know you ain't got, with the intent that I can pay $10 on it, or I can put $20 on it. After a while, that $20, the more you don't pay and the more interest it keeps kicking in on that card, the higher them payments are going to be. So with that being said, I just want to let y'all know my take on this credit card debt, and that American people are broke, and using credit card debt is not meaning that you have money. It says we're still broke. And until we can get out from under this credit card debt and using credit cards as a means of paying for things and start, using cash to pay for things again, then we're going to be broke. That's just the way it is. We're going to be in that broke room, and that recycle way of thinking is going to keep you broke. Because that's all you're doing is recycling the same old bad habits over and over and over again, over and over and over again. But do not let these people send you these things in the mail to entice you to go take out loans that you know you can't afford, or entice you into cashing these checks, these pre-qualified checks that they're sending out for $30,000, $20,000, $50,000, $40,000, whatever they think they done pre-qualified you for, and you can cash it today, and you can go put it in your bank account and go ahead and start spending it, and then that's when the problem comes in. Now you're messing with the money. So with that being said, y'all tell me how you feel about these banks sending these papers out, or this credit card debt that people are using credit cards for everything at this time because they have no cash. I mean, what do you think about this? What is your thought on it? Are you using credit cards to pay for food and things of that nature right now? Are you one of the ones that have to do this at this time? Because remember, I can understand it much better, especially back in October when people were using the buy now, pay later apps to be able to get groceries and things of that nature. I mean, it's just out there. They got so much buy here, pay now stuff that they can use. You can use to get you into debt and get you into credit, and to have you already debted to them before you even get $1 to put in your pocket. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. So that's my take on that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And so you have not turned your notification bells on, turn your notification bells on so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. But try your best to get out of debt, and do not use them credit cards